This is Sophie Heller, and this is an ACT reading question. We're dealing with a passage here about Gothic forms of architecture. And so we want to see which statement here is the most accurate of the statements. And we'll be able to find all these statements in this first paragraph here. So let's go down our choices and see what we see in the passage. So we want to see which one is accurate. So the first one, the Gothic forms were predecessors to the Romanesque builders. But we see that this isn't true. We see that we have the Romans as masters of vaulting, and it was from them that the Romanesque builders learned to make their stone roofs, and they in turn passed the art on to their Gothic successors. So we see that we have the Romanesque builders and then the Gothic builders. So the Gothic forms weren't predecessors, they came after the Romanesque forms. Choice number 2 says basically the same thing as choice 1. So the Romanesque builders weren't successors to the Gothic builders. It's the other way around. Choice number 3. The Romanesque builders had partially solved many of the problems of scientific vaulting before their Gothic successors. So this is true, and we see in the passage, it must be remembered that most of the problems of scientific vaulting had presented themselves before their time and been partially, at all events, solved by their predecessors. The predecessors of the Gothics, that is. So that's going to be right. And we see in choice 4, in developing Gothic architecture, vaulting played only a minor role. But we mentioned vaulting from the beginning of the passage, and a lot of the passage will in fact deal with vaulting, so definitely not minor. So choice 3 is correct.